Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, I'm continuing my commentary on chapter 4 of our book Positive Islamic Psychology, a transcendent model to achieve peace, happiness and success in the 21st century. And this chapter 4 is mostly the work of the late Professor Muhammad Mahdi Jenkins. And the video before that, I was explaining to you of the nature of human behavior and learning, which are actually extremely complex phenomena. So I continue the next paragraph. Basically, every learning process and experiences in our life will have the requirement of a person as a learner. So we must have a person as a learner. The social situation of the learning process, that means the social intra and intersocial environment, and the experience that the learner gets from from the learning environment. The process of transformation and development of knowledge is for self-actualization. So our whole purpose and meaning in life actually is not just to have a hedonistic, meaningless life, but a life of self-actualization, because we are created as a being that has free will, as a being that acquires knowledge, as a being that acquires self-awareness, self-realization and self-actualization, to become an achiever in life. Not in the sense that we are going to be so stressed out to achieve, no, but to go through the whole process of life in a holistic manner. So in psychology, there are many theories that try to give some answer to the nature of human learning. For us to ultimately develop a comprehensive theory of human learning, we have to learn about the intrinsic holistic nature of the human self. If we can understand our holistic nature and lead us to a way of life consonant with the intrinsic nature, that means our fitrah. In Islam, we have our fitrah, natural fitrah, all right? Then we can develop a holistic concept of human learning and holistic concept of human behavior. So this is what Prof. Mahdi Jenkins says, that we must develop a new psychology. So what will this psychology comprise of? It is hoped that this fourth principle of positive Islamic psychology will give us a clear understanding of the nature of human behavior through the psychology of learning and the laws of learning. This knowledge on the holistic and integrative nature of human learning and behavior focuses on the very powerful tool that provides a means to help solve all the world's problems. So if we want to solve all the world's problems, we have to start with the understanding of the holistic nature of human behavior and how we can behave in a more responsible manner to help solve all the world's problems and bring about a future of peace, happiness, love and success. I guess the first logical step is to devise a plan by which the social problems facing humanity could be solved and find a way out by means which that we can plan it and carry it out. There will be not only changes in the social structure of human race, but also changes in every individual. So as we face this 21st century of tremendous change, later on I've explained in the earlier where we have synthetic biology, we have robotics, we have automation, we have artificial intelligences, we have so many things that actually create a situation where human beings, a vast majority of human beings, will be useless insofar as for the development of, for example, jobs. What kind of job we're going to do in the 21st century? Maybe 20 years from now, all is taken away by robots, drones, automation, artificial intelligence and so on. So we must find a holistic meaning to a new worldview. I guess the first logical step is to devise a plan by which the social problems facing humanity could be solved and find a way by means that plan could be carried out. There will be not only changes in the social structure of the human race, but also changes in every individual. This is the reality in the 21st century. Imagine 45 years ago, Prof. Mahdi John Jenkins have already understood these challenges that we're going to face 10, 20 years from now. These changes will affect the thoughts, words and deeds of every person on this planet. These changes will be brought about by billions of people acting together. This is the basis of the laws of learning, which is elaborated in the fourth principle of this positive Islamic psychology, principle number 4. To transform human behavior, we have transformed the belief system of humanity. So we have many myths, many wrong belief systems, especially in the 20th and 21st century, that we have moved away from all the traditional belief system about the nature of our life, the nature of God, understanding of the Creator. So we have taken a secular, materialistic worldview of no meaning in life. Everything is just Darwinism, survival of the fittest, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, you die, that's your problem. There's no sense of love, meaning and purpose. So it is a meaningless existence with no end. You live in the physical world and you die in the physical world and there's the end of your life. That is not the reality of the holistic nature that was imbued in humanity since day one. Humanity has existed on this earth, because from the Islamic perspective, Adam has the knowledge of things. Many things he has knowledge of, including the holistic knowledge of human behavior. To transform human behavior, we have transformed the belief system of humanity. This includes the transformation of the social, political, economic ideas that are detrimental to the development of a holistic contemporary society. So what is our way forward? A holistic contemporary society with meaning, with purpose. And this holistic contemporary society will have human beings working together as a family to look after not only ourselves, our family, our country, our planet, but all creatures on earth, because that was the ordination of Allah when He created us to be His vicegerent, to be His custodian on this earth. To progress, therefore, we need a new paradigm of new knowledge in our holistic law of learning and human behavior. It is this knowledge and these ideas which will change the world. But this knowledge and these ideas are not mine. So prophecy is not mine. It is known to every people. And it is known to those people who have this understanding of the metaphysics of this world. That means whether they are Hindu metaphysics, Buddhist metaphysics, Jewish metaphysics, Islamic metaphysics, the whole idea of the understanding of the spiritual realm and the nature of our existence beyond space and time. Even now we can use quantum physics, we can use information theory and many more to put our case forward. They belong to everyone. Whether or not I speak these words and profess this truth, this exists as part of the heritage of the human race. If we are to have a future, it will include these ideas and this knowledge regardless of whether I speak of this truth or not. This is a moment where this truth will first be expressed, then fully assimilated, and my words are only one possible beginning to the full expression of this truth. So 45 years ago, he says, this is a way forward. How are we going to harness this positive idea of our existence, not only in the physical world, we have a beautiful living of life in a beautiful and peaceful and wonderful loving way of living on this earth, which we have lost. Because when we go towards hedonistic, desire-based, material-based, consumer-based kind of society, that we have actually developed a way forward towards our own demise, our own destruction. And this we can see because we have crossed the Rubicon in which, for example, the CO2 level is the highest ever in human history for 650 million years. So if we do that, then we have already now climate change, we have temperature rising, we have melting of the polar, we have melting of the glaciers in the Himalaya, and so many, which will affect billions and billions of people. And who are the people who are affected by this so-called materialistic, consumer-based society? It is the poor. And it is estimated by a lot of scientists that more than 3 billion people will die in a runaway environmental disaster that can hit us within 50 years. Not long. Wallahu alam. Maybe some of you are still alive. All right? Maybe a lot of us may be still alive. But we may have go through this disaster if we do not change our mindset, a revolution in thinking. So this is what Prof says. People should fear the violence and the wrong ideology, but not the revolution. So we are talking here about a revolution in terms of changing humanity towards a holistic behavior. By revolution, I mean it is to overthrow the existing condition of greed, of survival of the fittest, of Darwinian theory of existence, and so on. That is the existing condition, the secular materialistic worldview. We have to have a complete turnaround from the present social insanity to a beautiful future of peace, happiness, and love. Revolution is change, and change is part of the natural order. And to overthrow the existing condition without the use of violence is the purpose of this new worldview. So this new worldview that we are bringing about in positive psychology, it's not we are going to fight wars and so on. Those days where we fight wars are over. This new century where we have the capacity to destroy ourselves. Remember, we have enough nuclear bombs to bomb ourselves, all humanity and all creatures on earth 7 times over. All the nuclear bombs that is the arsenal of America, Russia, China, India, Pakistan, Israel, and many other these countries that is keeping all these nuclear bombs. It is insanity. One press of the button, there will be more rockets coming about. We wiped out this whole planet Earth. So now we have this capacity for self-destruction, which no human civilization of the past will have. Today we have synthetic biology. We can fuse, all right, synthetic Ebola virus with some of the common cold virus and create a new virus. One mad scientist can do that, and all of us will die because none of us have this immunity to do this synthetic biology. So all these things points to a way forward in which we have to create a revolution in thinking, and that revolution is a change of human behavior to a holistic human behavior based on the laws of learning, the psychology in which we are portraying in positive Islamic psychology, to bring about a change so that we can live in peace, whether we are Muslims or non-Muslims, believers or non-believers. We only have one planet. We have only one chance to correct the impending disaster that is going to wipe out all humanity and all existence on this earth. And that decision must be made now, because we have crossed over the critical period of climate change. It is going to get worse and worse and worse if only we can have a mental revolution of changing the way we perceive things, changing our thoughts process towards a more positive worldview, and changing our way of life. And that is the goal of every good human beings. And that is the way forward that we are trying to bring about in this revolution of thinking for Muslims, for us to participate in a wonderful, beautiful 21st century and beyond, inshallah.